performance from Chelsea Football Club today. They were absolutely tip-top. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. They were absolutely tip-top. Sorry about that. I've left my VPN on again. That's what I've done. The VPN has been left on again, so it should sort itself out now. But yeah, listen, Chelsea were absolute quality today. The way in which they turned the game around, they're starting to score goals. They're starting to deliver. And we all get predictions right. We all get predictions wrong. I seem to get a lot of my Man United predictions wrong. Maybe I'm too emotional. But everything I've said about Chelsea is starting to come to fruition. The manager needed to make changes. The manager needed to get these young boys playing. And when he did, you would see a steady growth. You would see a steady growth of progression. And some will say it's only Burnley. You know, it's only been Fulham. It's only been Brighton. Well, I actually think they've played some tough games in the last 4 matches. To win 3 matches, to win 3 on the bounce, to go from scoring 1 goal to 2 goals to 4 goals. Cole Palmer coming alive, as an example. Jackson scoring again. These things are all massive, massive positives for Chelsea. They really are. They move up in the league to 10th. Now, I know that Arsenal Spurs fans go, 10th. Listen, watch out for Chelsea. They are starting to pick up pace. They are starting to get ahead of steam. They really, really are. Keep your eye out for them. They've got a really tough run of fixtures coming up soon, Chelsea. But with the way they're moving that ball, the way they're playing, if the confidence in terms of finishing arrives, we're going to be talking about them in the same breath we are Tottenham right now. We absolutely are. We absolutely are. The confidence is... I didn't ever feel that the issue was playing too many individuals out of position. The issue was very basic. They weren't taking their chances. They were conceding. And then the shoulders were dropping and the heads were dropping. Mentality. People have got... I still don't understand why on the mainstream media, on Match of the Day, we don't talk about the mindset of players more often. But when you read the books of all these great players, that's all they fucking speak about. None of them talk about all the extra yards they do speak about the extra yards they ran and the extra training they did, but they spoke about it from a mentality standpoint. This is why I became so much better, because I was doing this. And I had the determination to do it. And reading about watching the David Beckham documentary, and the fact that this man as a young man didn't go out drinking, didn't go out with girls, he just played football. Mentality over ability. And this Chelsea team has got great ability. They've got a very good coach in Poch, there's no doubt about it. And now the confidence is coming back. Now they're starting to believe that they can win. It's all coming together. You've still got Cucurella and Levi Colwill out of position, as an example. You're still seeing Enzo play higher than anybody expected, which you would say is out of position, but they're delivering. It's because they're taking the chances, they're scoring their goals. Suddenly, the little holes and little issues that they have, and they will still have for a while, nobody's noticing because they're winning. When we lose, we typically overanalyze every little detail. Like I said earlier about Manchester United, this player did all these things that are going wrong. There's a belief issue at Man United that's the biggest issue, and that's stopping people from working hard. And if you work a bit harder, stay in your position, we wouldn't have conceded as many goals. Therefore, the pressure wouldn't have mounted, and we probably would have taken more chances. Chelsea are a prime example of that. And they were very, very good in their comeback today. There's no doubt about it. And of course, there'll be comments. It's only Burnley. It's only Burnley. It's only Burnley. That's boring. It's a boring response. It's a nonsensical response, because a lot of people predicted them to lose to Burnley, to lose to Fulham, to be knocked out the League Cup by Brighton. So you saying they shouldn't be happy, or we can't compliment them for winning, is nonsensical. Because there were games that many predicted them to lose. Certainly not scoring 4 in. So how does that work? This Chelsea team is only going to get better from this point. They really are. And there's some real standout performances. Sterling had another very good game. Been off the boil recently. I was surprised to see Mohamed Mudryk not start after how good he was against Fulham. But that decision from Poch played out perfectly. I thought the midfield typically had a good game again. I even thought defensively they weren't that bad. Like, it was hard for me to watch the whole game because United's were on it. We keep clashing. Chelsea and Man United at the moment seem to keep playing too regularly at the same time. But overall, watching their game at the same time, I know I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I'm not feeling the pressure like you all do. I just didn't, although Burnley counted a few times, they didn't look that dangerous to me. And yes, they scored, but I didn't think it was a particularly good goal. It kind of went through the legs of Cucurella. I thought the goalie could have done a little bit better. There's a few decent saves late on when they're already 3 and 4-1 up. And as I say, this Chelsea team has still got a lot of improvements to make. They've still got a number of players to come back from injuries as well. That's another sobering fact for rivals. But overarching, an excellent, supreme, godlike comeback from them. They get to go into, listen, what the great thing is now for Chelsea and Man United fans to a degree, we get to watch tomorrow, Brighton at Liverpool. We get to watch Arsenal versus City, a little bit relaxed. We can go into the international break. We can put, for a few days, maybe just put a little bit of stress aside, enjoy the international break if you indeed can, and not be as worried. Man United have got a lot more to worry about than Chelsea because we've still got big performance issues. We absolutely do, but we know how to fix them. Certain players need dropping. We need to make a tactical change in how we approach games. Chelsea, as I've said already, they are going from strength to strength. Don't get that twisted. This here says, some respect on Sterling's name. We're back, baby, is what Dyke says here. Listen, I understand Chelsea fans saying they're back. I actually understand that being a sort of train of thought that you all have, because the performances are there. This isn't your winning smash and grab. You're performing very, very well indeed. So I completely understand that train of thought and that belief. Like also says, just our third win in 26 after going behind. It's crazy, isn't it? Chelsea of old, the stats would be much higher than that. And you're right, Cole Palmer, in early days, but looking like a very shrewd, very high quality piece of business. Kieran here is also a Chelsea fan, says Cole Palmer was a signing. What a signing up the Chelsea. Absolutely. This here says United really deserve that win. Happy for you, Terry. Bench Rashford from now on. Eric Ten Hag, play Garnacho. Again, Garnacho came on and just moved the needle. He just moved the needle so much more. And look, I'm confident Rashford will find his form again. I'm not someone who dislikes Rashford like others, but that doesn't mean I won't say drop him if he's playing poorly. I think Rashford's form could have returned if it had been dropped 3 or 4 games ago. It's on the manager. He's mishandled this situation massively. Clay here says anything other than silence gratitude out of Man United's fans is preposterous. Silence gratitude. I've never heard that expression before. I'm going to Google it. Silenced gratitude. Never heard anyone use that as a silenced gratitude. Does that mean not celebrating? Is that what you mean by like we shouldn't celebrate a win? No, I'm not going to push that narrative at all. This here says, are Chelsea scary again? Come on, you Blues. Listen, bro, I've said this about Chelsea for a long time. My fear factor around Chelsea isn't particularly how they've been performing in the last year. It's what I think their owners are trying to build. And although they've made mistakes, I think they will get it right. You don't invest the level of money they have and you just go, fine, we're done, we're walking away. Especially not when you're an investment firm who at some point in 15, 20 years' time are going to want to make a profit from this club. At some point, they want to sell it for a profit. So they're not just going to walk away now and lose all that money. So yes, you are.